I'm sure from the thumbnail of this video, you're thinking this might not be a very uplifting video. And I do want to talk to you guys about a really, really hard weekend that I had. But at the end, I am going to tell you what I did to kind of turn this just dumpster fire of a weekend around. Welcome to my colorful life after a gray divorce. My name's Regan, also known as the Easy Ex-Wife, and here on this channel, I just want to try to build a community of support where any of us going through a divorce later in life can lean on each other and offer some really great advice. And I'm definitely hoping that you all can provide me with a little advice yourselves, because like I said, I had a really, really tough weekend. It started out, I went to visit my mom, who's in upstate New York. I'm in New York City, and last week was just bitter cold. I know I've been talking about how cold it's been here in the city, but it was extra, extra cold last week. And where she lives in upstate New York, it's usually even 10 degrees colder. And with wind chill, it was just pretty miserable. So instead of staying through the weekend, I ended up coming back to the city on Friday. And I got home and I called one of my best friends, and she said, "What are you up to this weekend?" And I said, "Absolutely nothing. I have nothing going on. I came back to the city early, and I don't have very many friends here, but the couple of friends that I do have, I reached out to, and they both had plans, and so I just had nothing to do." And she said, "Oh, I wish I had nothing to do. My weekend is just packed. I have a party tonight, and I have pickleball tomorrow, and I'm walking the dog with a friend on Sunday." And I usually don't get FOMO, and I really love my me time, but it made me a little depressed because I just had nothing to do. And I made the mistake of getting on social media just to see what's going on. And the first post I saw on Instagram was another friend of mine that I love dearly, and just pictures of her and her family on this wonderful vacation. And, with her husband and their 3 kids. And I know everything can look bigger and brighter and more wonderful on social media, but I know that, she does have a great marriage and 3 amazing kids, and it was just really, really hard, and it sent me into a spiral. And I did the right thing. I got off of social media right away, but I think a lot of times like that could have been my life. I only have 2 kids, but I never planned on getting divorced, and I thought I was going to have this great fairy tale marriage. And so I just had a really, really hard weekend, and I kind of wish I started this channel when I was going through the deepest, darkest parts of leading up to my divorce, when I was crying on my bathroom floor almost every night, or just really, really struggling and in a really, really dark place. But I didn't start the channel, even though I thought there were people out there that would appreciate it and people that I could help. But it was so hard for me just to get through a day and, get through my work and be put on a happy face when I was working. And so I just wasn't able to even start the channel. And when I did start this channel a few weeks ago, I thought I was in a really great place to be able to share, my experience leading up to my divorce and my experience post-divorce. And once I settled in my new apartment, I just noticed that I wasn't crying. I had some days that were better than others, for sure, and I had to feel all those feels, but times felt pretty good. I saw that things were turning around, and there was a bright light at the end of this dark, dark tunnel that was helping to guide me to a better place. And so that's when I did decide to create this channel, because I wasn't crying every night, but I just wasn't expecting to feel the feels that I felt this weekend, and to feel like I did go back to a dark place. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep the camera rolling. But I did go back to a really, really dark place. And oh, there goes Fiona. She gets upset when I cry, and now she's going into her special bed. So I don't know, you guys, like, have you experienced this where you thought everything was going good, and then one little thing just turned a couple days around, and it just still, I guess it's just still raw and real, and it hurts. And I'm going to take off my jacket because I'm starting to sweat. I just want to hear from you guys, and it's not that I want to be back with my ex. I don't. But I guess it's when you have certain expectations and things fall through, and gosh, sometimes I just hate social media. Anyway, here's how I turned it around, though. At least I thought I turned it around, because, I really didn't talk about this with anyone. You guys are the only people I'm talking to about this. But I know the weather had something to do with it, because I couldn't get outside. I definitely know social media had something to do with it. I know talking to my friend who had this weekend filled with fun things had something to do with it. But I got through the weekend, and I kind of hunkered down, and I was a little bit of a hermit. But on Monday, the weather was definitely changing, and I was able to go out for a long, long walk on Monday morning with Fiona, and we went to Central Park, and the sun was out, and it was still chilly, but it was like, I don't know, 35, close to 40 degrees. Today it's close to 55. And we went for this long walk, and I may have mentioned this in other videos, but the dogs can go off leash until 9 o'clock in the morning in Central Park, and she just loves it. So we walk there, and she's on leash, and then I take her off leash, and she just runs all over the place and chases squirrels, and it's so fun. And I saw a lot of people out and about, and they were happy and in great moods, and not so layered up with scarves and face masks and all the things that we've been needing to wear lately when we go out walking. And so that definitely changed my mood. And So anyway, one of the things I have been telling myself a lot lately is, stop dwelling on the past and focus on the future. And I've been saying that for a long time now, but sometimes, it's hard not to think of what could have been or what should have been. But I'm not going to be bitter about this. This is going to make me better. And I know that these huge challenges in life are where we can shine our brightest and come out so much stronger on the other end. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And I think I've done a pretty good job of it. But I guess we're all going to have those days where we have our setbacks, or, a couple days or weeks maybe. But I want to hear from you guys. Like, what have you ever been in a situation like that where you thought you were doing great and then there was just a trigger and it just kind of sent you into a downward spiral? So let me know. And I don't know. I think that's all I've got for you guys. I know I keep talking about doing a video on moving to a new city, and I want to get that to you because that's something that has really been life-changing for me. But for now, we're just going to leave it at that. Like, I just want to know, like, have there been triggers for you? Have you thought things were going great and then all of a sudden, boom, you're just, one thing has set you off, and what you did about it. That's what I really would love to know, is how have you guys like conquered those times when life gets really, really hard? And maybe it doesn't even have to do with divorce, because maybe some of you out there have been divorced for a long time and you're on the other side, but we can all still have setbacks, even if it's not relationship setbacks. Or maybe it is relationship setbacks with friends or kids. It doesn't have to be a spouse or an ex-spouse. But I do want to hear from you. And I thank you so much for coming and listening today. I really, really appreciate it. And again, I want my struggles to help others out there, and I want to keep building this amazing community that is growing slowly but surely. And I guess that's all I've got for you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video and if anything hit home for you. And I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Let's go find Fiona. I guess I can't call her an emotional support animal when, she runs and hides if I get upset. She's still just the sweetest thing ever. Okay, you guys have a great day. Bye.